At this time, I would like to start bringing in our May 2017 graduates. From Malvern, Pennsylvania, Patricia Kelly and Guide Dog Riker. From Chicago, Illinois, Calvin Early and Guide Dog Dixon. From Staten Island, New York, our action graduate, Eileen Brown and Guide Dog Eris. From Sleepy Hollow, New York, our special needs home training graduate, Rita Paulsoni and Guide Dog Mary Beth. From South Dartmouth, Massachusetts, Patty O'Brien and Guide Dog Pam. From Fremont, Ohio, Ben Johnson and Guide Dog Yogi. From Raleigh, North Carolina, Rebecca Royster and Guide Dog Rally. And from Girdwood, Alaska, Tony Gebhardt and Guide Dog Hilda. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the graduation celebration for the Guiding Eyes class of May 2017. We appreciate everyone being here today, as well as everyone joining us online. My name is Catherine Pawalo, and I have had the absolute pleasure of being the class supervisor for this amazing group of people. Today, we recognize 11 teams graduating from our residential, home training, and action programs. There are 3 graduates who trained through our home training program who could not be with us today. These clients were trained solely in their home areas for a period of 10 to 15 days. I would like to take a moment to introduce them to you. Trained by our home training instructor, Christina Vetrano, from Port Chester, New York, Elizabeth Fuss and Guide Dog Nori. Also trained by Christina Vetrano from St. Paul's, North Carolina, Robin King and Guide Dog Yumi. and trained by home training instructor Megan Crowley from Redwood Valley, California, Russell Reinert, and guide dog Ibby. And let's give all of our graduates a very warm round of applause. At this time, I would like to turn the program over to our president and CEO, Tom Panic.
Boy. It's cozy up here, right? Well, I'd like to welcome everyone to Guiding Eyes for the Blind, and thank you for coming to celebrate with us this wonderful day and occasion. And to make this possible, everyone in the room had to be here. If it were not for one group, we wouldn't be able to accomplish this goal. So each and every one of you has such an incredibly important role to play in achieving our mission, which is providing guide dogs to people with vision loss. And I'd like to start by recognizing one group of individuals that consistently gives selflessly, and that is our donors. Our donors make it possible for us to fuel our vans, to heat or cool, depending on what's going on in the month, our campus, to keep the lights on, and to provide us with the financial wherewithal to be able to provide a guide dog at no cost to our graduates and support them throughout the world. So we have a couple of very special donors in the room that are graduation sponsors, some friends of ours. So I'd like you to help me in thanking with a very warm round of applause Colleen and Mark Shane to start with. Colleen and Mark. And also daughter Jessie is in the room. Thank you, Jessie, for convincing mom and dad to get involved with Guiding Eyes. And Mark tells me that they also had a brood, right? That's now retired. Remind me the name, Mark. Lonnie. So now I'm told Lonnie gets to swim in the pool and hang out on the deck. So Lonnie has earned her keep. Why don't we clap for Lonnie, too? Come on. Also, we have a special guest and graduation sponsor in the room and friends of Mark and Colleen. And that is Skip Layton, who is a doctor of veterinary medicine, one of the few that I understand actually is also an aviary. For the kids in the room, I know my kids are here, anybody under the age of 16, do you know what an aviary is if you're a doctor of veterinary medicine? No guesses? Parrot, there we go. Yes, congratulations. A bird doctor. That's pretty rare. So thank you, Skip, for joining us and for sponsoring. Warm round of applause for Skip. We're not doing guide birds yet, but who knows what Skip's involvement. We'll see what happens. So I'd like to also recognize the team, and I know that we'll do a little bit more of that later, as well as the Razors. We just had a Razor celebration upstairs in the dining area, and I just want to call out one individual that has raised 18 dogs that's here with us today, and that's Pat Weber. Pat, thank you so much. Speaking of numbers, this is my 7th dog, Gus, and my first Guiding Eyes dog. And Pat, where are you, Pat? Student Pat up here. And I were talking, it's also your 7th dog, right, Pat? Yes. And Pat and I were talking the other day, also your first Guiding Eyes dog, about what makes Guiding Eyes unique and different. And in Pat's words, we have a culture of kindness. I'm going to steal that phrase from you, Pat, because it really does demonstrate. She said, okay, everybody heard it, right? It is a culture of kindness, and that kindness starts when the students arrive here, and you need to eat, very practical. But our kitchen staff is amazing. They just provide the best food. with a smile, always willing to make a special meal, as well as just to welcome you, whether it's at the beginning of a day when you're still groggy and waking up, or when you're tired and you're coming back to campus. So I'd like to just say thank you to all of the kitchen staff, Jerome, Josh, Andrea, Margaret, Maria, who am I forgetting? I know we have a couple more. And Nick, yes, master of chef. So I'd like to just say thank you to all of you for the culture of kindness that you provide when we sit down for our meals. Please, a warm round of applause for them. And finally, before I speak directly to the students about this occasion, I'd like to thank Kat. This is her first time as a class supervisor, so congratulations for successfully crossing the finish line. That is a very big deal. All the trains have to run on time to get us to this point today. So congratulations, Kat. And her family's also here, Andrew, and her two little kids. So thank you for joining us. So I had a dream the other night, and my dream was that I didn't have a guide dog. And I was scared. I was walking along streets of Chicago. Calvin, where are you? To my left. Calvin, shout out. To my right. There we go. Another Chicago guy. Streets of Chicago can be tough, right, Calvin? Just to get around. And, we kind of came from the same neighborhood. And I'll tell you something. There were many times where, when I was growing up, and I have RP, tunnel vision, where I was scared. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to find where I needed to go, get on the right bus, or fear of falling. Has anybody had that dream where you're falling? Yes. All right. Well, I had that dream I was falling the other day. Of course, my iPhone was in my hand and it was falling too. I was wondering after I hit the ground whether the glass on my iPhone had shattered, as opposed to wondering about my own sanity. But I'll tell you something. That fear goes away when you get a guide dog. And when I woke up and Gus was there, shaking the whole bed with his excitement for me to wake up and feed him, I will tell you that that fear goes away. And what takes place of that fear is a sense of safety, a sense of independence, and a sense of adventure. And our guide dogs keep us safe, safer than we could otherwise be without a cane or on our own. They provide us with independence, the independence to do what we want, when we want, and we can do that whether it's alone, with friends. We can decide when it is that we want to go, where we want to go. And that's pretty amazing, because when you have vision loss, sometimes it's not possible. And so that sense of independence. But they also provide one more thing that we don't often talk about, and that is love. They provide us with companionship, and that love comes directly from you, the raisers, who raised them. So all of this wrapped up in this wonderful, warm little package known as our guide dogs. I can't tell you that we always struggle for the words to say thank you to all of you, the donors, those of you watching online who talk about Guiding Eyes and tell a friend, or those of you that have raised, like Pat, 18 guide dogs, the trainers that commit their career here to learning how to train a guide dog and to perfecting that art and science, all the way to the kitchen staff who make sure that we're fed as we get back and forth to campus. So I just want to say thank you to all of those of you who make this possible, and congratulate the class for the courage to go out, to be safer, to be more independent, and to be loved. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Graham Buck, the Assistant Director of Training here at the school. And wow, this is really a different vantage point with the room turned around. This is great. So I want to welcome you also this afternoon and talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's gone on with training. I specifically got to work with Eileen, who's over to my right, and with her black and tan dog, Eris. And I think that I probably won the lottery because I got to work with Eileen, because she was very fun, interesting, and she kept me busy every single second and kept me challenged every second to think of new ways to do things. And the best thing was that we're both skinny people that love to eat. So we ate a lot. Uh, anyway, also we got to be around the rest of the class during the training in between trips and coming back, and it really was a great pleasure to spend time with all of you guys and see you progress with the dogs from the beginning, and really enjoyed that. I want to thank my team, Kat, Jesse, Mike, Alyssa, Catherine, and certainly all the other trainers that train and work and run classes. You guys are just fantastic, and you make my job so much easier. But one of the things I want to talk about today for a few minutes, a little bit about what's going on with the dogs and the people and all of you puppy raisers out there. What we do is really, it's about building relationships. It's not just about training. When I first started working here, I used to think, well, they're trained dogs and they're supposed to do it, and they do it, and you give them to somebody and they do it. But the puppy raisers, you as puppy raisers, build very specific relationships with the dogs. And because you're able to build relationships, we're able to take them to that next level. And then the trainers build a completely different relationship with them. And then we pass them on to their new handlers, and they build a completely different relationship with them. It's very fascinating because dogs do have the ability to build different relationships with different people. They view people in different ways, just like we do. It's not just about being attached to somebody or the food pouch or getting a pet and that type of thing. They actually form real, true relationships. And that goes back to what Tom was talking about, which is love. The dogs do truly love us as well, and they accept us as well. And there aren't very few people that I know that aren't going to, question what I'm doing or give me a hard time on any given day. But the dogs don't do that. They don't care. They just accept us, and they're like, hey, this is who I got, and I'm thrilled, and another day is beginning. So that's a really important part of our training, is to be able to pass that on to the folks sitting here, and it personalizes the dog and the person to their situation. So the best way I can explain it is the dog and the person. The dog doesn't define the person, but the dog is an extension of the person. And by having that extension, it's part of their personal property. It's part of who they are. And nobody can ever take that away from you once you have it. And we're more than happy to facilitate it. And that's the way, as trainers, that we see it. We don't see ourselves so much as trainers. We see ourselves more as facilitators. We're just kind of passing the torch on to you. So I can't thank you enough for allowing me to be part of your class. And I know there's going to be lots of adventures when you leave here, and lots of great stories. Look forward to hearing all about that. But without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to the class and let them tell you their story.
Thank you, Graham. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's first graduate speaker, Rita Polsoni. Okay. Sit.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank you all for having me speak to you. Sorry I'm sounding a little nasal, but I've been in training and I've had a cold for 10 days and it hasn't gone away yet. However, I went through my training, sick and all. I went through it every day for the last 10 days. I have been a longtime graduate of Guiding Eyes, and I received my first guide dog back in 1974. Now, I tell you all my dogs' names. I had Even, Betsy, Audrey, Ada, Gus, and now Mary Beth. 6 of them. So I know that I hope that all of you are successful and that the graduates are successful as well as I have been. I want to thank you, the puppy raisers, and my family and friends that are all here today. Thank you for the wonderful job you are doing. I want to thank Guiding Eyes and the staff members from the kitchen to the office staff that they have done a good job and that Guiding Eyes is in my heart and I'll never forget them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rita. Our second graduate speaker will be Patty O'Brien.
I wasn't going to do. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming today. My name is Patty O'Brien. I live in Dartmouth, Massachusetts with my partner, Debbie. I have retinitis pigmentosa, RP, which is a slowly progressive disease which you first lose your night vision, then peripheral, and then finally your central vision. I found out about Guiding Eyes for the Blind in January when I attended, when I attended some computer classes at Carroll Center for the Blind in Massachusetts. I met a few folks who were working with guide dogs there, and I was very impressed with the bond that they shared and how they were able to put their trust in these dogs and in each other. When I got home, I discussed it with Debbie, and due to the rapid loss of sight that I've experienced these past few years, we thought that it may be time for me to look into something new that will help me keep my independence and to continue working and feeling safe while doing so. Well, let me tell you, it was the best decision I ever made in my life. Guiding Eyes for the Blind goes above and beyond to help you from start to finish. My admission went very smoothly with Melissa and Ben. I met other students here that became family to me. We had a lot of laughs and a lot of fun. Sorry. The staff is incredible. The food was wicked awesome. They like to pick on my Boston accent, so I'm not going to say that I parked the dog and not pork the dog. Okay, where was I? Say of course, the CEO, Tom Panek, the veterinarian, Dr. B, the kennel staff, just everybody from housekeeping, and if I forgot anybody, I apologize. Becky and Lawson, and okay, sorry, I'm scrolling on my thing here. Okay, I'm a little nervous. And I can't even begin to say how blessed that we were to have these loving, caring, and amazingly brilliant instructors who put their heart and soul into matching us up with the correct dog and to train these dogs as well as to train us to be able to begin a whole new chapter in our lives. Miss Cat, I thank you for your soft tone of voice, for your shopping skills when we went to the mall, and for the coffee that you served me in the morning. Mike, I thank you for your strong-willed but passive spirit, your wonderful jokes, and of course your beautiful spikes that you cut off. Catherine, for your terrific driving skills, as well as store runs and your beautiful smile. Rico, the new kid on the block, with his shy and witty ways, who's going to be a wonderful instructor, I can tell already. Your mommy raised a nice young man. And last of all, my girl, Alyssa. You are my guardian angel. We connected from day one. Your patience is priceless, dealing with me and my witty sense of humor. We laughed, I cried, but you have helped me form a relationship with my PME that there will be no telling what we will conquer together. I will always be grateful to you, Alyssa, for giving me the gift of sight from a little four-legged blonde named Pam, also known as Pam Pam. I'd also like to thank the puppy raisers and the Maury family, who is out here somewhere, and I hope to meet, for raising such a beautiful dog and for taking the time out of your life to help people like me. And I know that's not your first time around, so it's a blessing. And I know it must be so hard to leave that beautiful little face, but what you do is wonderful, and I thank you all. Okay, and to the donors out there, thank you, and if you are able to, please continue to donate to Guiding Eyes for the Blind. It's such a wonderful foundation, and I would never have been able to afford such a wonderful opportunity. And to my partner, Debbie, thank you so much for supporting me through this whole trip and for driving me to and from a 7-hour ride each time to the program and for, for being my sighted guide these past 35 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Next, we are going to hear from Tony Gebhardt. He has composed an original song titled We Will Shine. Tony will be playing the piano towards the back of the room.
Girl. Good girl. Down. Down. Good afternoon. You guys like music? We gathered here today to celebrate a special day, unified with peace, a best friend, a special guide. All that's left is us, a mission on the run. A dog, a friend, a new companion, and now we see the sun. Our guiding eyes will take us home. Our guiding eyes will lead us through above and beyond. Our guiding eyes as we live today, we will shine. Let's give a round of applause for Guiding Eyes. Come on. Woo-hoo! The guiding eyes will take us home. The guiding eyes will lead us through above and beyond. The guiding eyes as we live today, we will shine. We will shine.
Thank you, Tony. That was breathtaking. As a class, we heard that earlier this morning, and we still cried this time as well.
That's my job.
I would now like to introduce Maria Lazaro, our breeding kennel manager, for the presentation of photos and certificates to our wonderful raisers.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Tony, that was absolutely beautiful. I don't know if I can talk now, but I want to say, as I look at all these beautiful dogs lying up here, I can honestly say I knew them when they were just a gleam in their daddy's eye. And now to see them all grown up doing what they were meant to do fills us with so much pride and love for them. So on behalf of the Canine Development Center, I'd like to extend a sincere and heartfelt congratulations to the graduating class of May 2017 and their beautiful guiding eyes. It is truly an honor and a pleasure to be able to spend this day with you. The journey of a guiding eyes puppy is a long one, and it doesn't happen without the dedicated staff, generous donors, and our team of over 1,500 volunteers. They are devoted people who play a very big role, from our brood stud foster families, our early socializers, our home socializers, our home litter care families, puppy sitters, region coordinators, kennel and administrative staff, and volunteers in Yorktown and Patterson, tour leaders, ambassadors, and drivers. And finally, I want to say a very special thank you to our puppy raisers who give the ultimate gift. These people take a loving little puppy at 7.5 weeks old into their home. They love them, they care for them, they stay up late with them when they're sick. They play with them, they train them, and then they give the ultimate gift. They give them up so they can do what they're meant to do. It is I always say it's the hardest job here at Guiding Eyes, but it's also the most rewarding. So on behalf of Guiding Eyes and from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you. I also want to thank the puppy raisers out there who have raised breeding dogs for Guiding Eyes. These are dogs that belong to our elite breeding colony, and they are the producers of the next generation of guide dogs. So thank you to all those raisers who have Guiding Eyes dogs in our breeding colony. And one last thank you. I want to thank the Canine Development Center, the Whelping Kennel, the Breeding Kennel, Geely's Home Socialization Program, Clover Williams, our reproduction manager, who makes all these beautiful dogs, for all their hard work and dedication in giving these puppies the best possible start we can. So thank you, guys. And now the fun part. When I call your name, please have a family member come up to accept one of our photos and certificates. First is Regional Manager Pat Weber, raiser of 18 puppies, and Guiding Eyes Dixon. Congratulations. Rachel Bell from Eastern Mass, raiser of 5 puppies for Guiding Eyes, and raiser of Guiding Eyes Dixon. Congratulations, Rachel. The Walker family from North Carolina, raiser of Guiding Eyes Hilda. Congratulations. This is their first puppy. Awesome. The Maury family from Delmarva, Delaware, raiser of Guiding Eyes Pam, and also raised 7 puppies for Guiding Eyes. Thank you. Marlene Peters, Southern Tier, New York, raiser of Guiding Eyes Rally. Congratulations. The Cust family from Virginia Beach, raiser of 12 puppies for Guiding Eyes, and raiser of Guiding Eyes Riker. They could not be with us today. The Woodward family from Northern New York, raiser of 8 puppies, and raiser of Guiding Eyes Yogi. They could not be with us today. Under action training, we have Jean Silverman from Montgomery region, raiser of 13 puppies, and raiser of Guiding Eyes Eris. She could not be with us today. Under home training, we have the Duxton family from Northern Connecticut, raiser of Guiding Eyes Ibby. The Sullivan family from Southern Connecticut, also raisers of Guiding Eyes Ibby. Sue and John Thibodeau from Eastern Mass, raiser of 9 puppies and Guiding Eyes Mary Beth. Congratulations. The Doyle family from Lower Westchester, raiser of Guiding Eyes Nori. And they could not be with us today. And finally, Kate Pannell from Finger Lakes, raisers of Guiding Eyes Yumi. They could not be with us. Congratulations, everyone. So remember, from small beginnings come great things. And now I'd like to introduce to you future guide dogs, the handsome Mr. Ajax and his lovely sister Apricot and Nutmeg, who's going to her raisers today. Come on up, guys. And this is where it all starts. So if you have any friends or families who want to volunteer, please tell us to join us. The puppies will be available for autographs in the groom room at the end of graduation. Say cheese, guys. Thank you. And in closing, I just want to say to the graduates, he is your friend, your partner, your defender, your dog. You are his life, his love, his leader. He will be yours faithful and true to the last beat of his heart. You owe it to him to be worthy of such devotion. Thank you, and God bless you and keep you safe.
Thank you, Maria. We're still passing out tissues. It takes so many people to make today possible. I would like to thank everyone that works up at the Canine Development Center for bringing these tiny little puppies into the world. Our puppy raisers, who with the help of our dedicated regional managers, nurture these dogs into adulthood. To the kennel staff that cares for the dogs so diligently each day. To the training staff who put all the finishing touches on these lovable dogs. To our alumni who are here today in support of our graduates. A special thank you to the May 2017 instructors. Jessie DiNapoli, one of our amazing special needs instructors. She is a ray of sunshine wherever she goes. Our action instructor, Graham Buck, with your sound advice and your warm smile, I thank you. Oh, here it is. Alyssa and Mike, you have made the past 3 weeks full of learning, laughter, and a lot of coffee. You have created a lighthearted, safe environment for our graduates to learn how to be successful with their new guides. It was 3 weeks filled with a lot of hard work, with many smiles and many memories. I thank you both, Jessie, Graham, and all of the trainers, for putting all your heart and soul into the training with these dogs and giving so much of yourself for student training. Not to be forgotten is our instructor assistant, Catherine Russell. I don't think I asked her for anything ever. I really don't. She just was on it. So if you could please stand, a warm round of applause for you. and Catherine will be the one to look for later on the kennel tour. To the graduate teams that sit here before us, you have put forth a tremendous amount of effort and hard work. You have created new friendships with your classmates and made memories which will last a lifetime. From your first rocky workouts a couple weeks ago to conquering Manhattan just a few days ago, you all leave here tomorrow with a newfound freedom and independence. You are part of the Guiding Eyes family, and we will be here to support you any way possible. Now for the presentation of your certificates. Patricia Kelly and Guide Dog Riker. Calvin Early and Guide Dog Dixon. Eileen Brown and Guide Dog Aris. Rita Polsoni and Guide Dog Mary Beth. Patty O'Brien and Guide Dog Pam. Ben Johnson and Guide Dog Yogi. Rebecca Royster and Guide Dog Raleigh. Tony Gephardt and Guide Dog Hilda. Congratulations, everyone. For our closing remarks, I would like to introduce Becky Davidson, Manager of Consumer Outreach and Graduate Support.
Good afternoon. I'm still recovering here. I'm up here with my third guide dog, Guiding Eyes dog Lawson, who is not still recovering. He slipped through it. I don't know how he did that. Anyway, this is a season of graduations or commencements or whatever you want to call them, and people are graduating this weekend with years and years of training and all kinds of stuff to get to some goal of a degree, and they're laudable goals. But as I was thinking about that, it occurred to me that 3 weeks ago, you graduates back here, started out, whether it was your first dog or your seventh, you started out from square one, just like you were going to a new school for a new course. And when you look back now on what you've accomplished in that 3-week period, you should be so proud of yourselves because you worked really hard. You did a great job, and we're very proud of you. It's just really kind of interesting because a graduation or a commencement is the end and the beginning, and this is the beginning of something great. And so I just want to wish all of you, on behalf of your fellow graduates here in the audience and online, all the success, all the hope and joy that comes with freedom and independence that we all expect and learn to expect from our guide dogs, and they give it to us every single day. So be really proud of yourselves and give yourselves a big hand because you worked really hard and you deserve it. And we're really proud to have you as part of the Guiding Eyes family. And we are a bigger and growing family, and we really do have a good time together. And the one thing that I really appreciated in the remarks today, both from Tom and Pat, is the culture of kindness that you refer to. That says so much, and it says a lot not just about Guiding Eyes, but about this particular class of people who have spent the last 3 weeks together, and that dog. Thank you, Yogi. So, congratulations, and I'm just going to say, we will shine. Let's all say it together. We will shine. Yes. Just a couple of announcements. I think Kat referred to Catherine leading a kennel tour in probably what, Catherine, 45 minutes? Half an hour, okay. You'll gather down in the lobby. In the meantime, the souvenir shop out here is open. As you were told, the puppies are available for photographs. If you go out and turn to the left and go down to the end of the hall and follow the noise. There are refreshments up in the dining room, so if you go out here and turn left, and then when you come out toward the lobby, go up the stairs to the dining room. Whatever you choose to do, if you do all of that, that's great. Have a great afternoon. We're happy you're here, and happy Memorial Day weekend to everyone. Thank you for being here.